Hello, calculus students. In this example, I'm going to approximate the area under the curve, x squared over 2, over the interval from 1 to 4. The area under curve is given by this expression, and I'm going to approximate that area using the left endpoints of 3 rectangles. So the figure looks like this. Since I'm using left endpoints, I start here from 1, and that would be my first endpoint. But how do we get the widths and the heights of the rectangles? Okay, well, remember, if we want to calculate the width of each rectangle, we look at the entire interval from 4 to 1, and we calculate that distance. And then we divide that by the number of subdivisions, which is 3. In this case, that's the capital N, which is 3. And now recall that gives us the base, which we denote with the symbol delta x. That is 3 over 3, and that is 1. So the width of each rectangle is 1. So that gives us the width from this rectangle, for this rectangle, which is 1. 1 to 2 is 1, 2 to 3 is 1, 3 to 4 is 1. So that gives us the base, but to get the height, we need to get this height, and this height. But notice that the tip of the corner of this rectangle, and this rectangle, and this rectangle, they each line up on the curve. That's the point of the left endpoints. So the height of this rectangle is given by the y value of this curve, which is the function evaluated at this point. So the height of this rectangle is 1 squared over 2. The height of this rectangle is 2 squared over 2. And the height of this rectangle is 3 squared over 2. We don't go up to 4 because the rectangle doesn't extend that high, and that's the end of our interval. So now we want to approximate the area under the curve here. We need to compute the area of each of these rectangles and then add them together. So let's perform that computation. So we're going to first calculate the area of this rectangle. That is the area. That is the length of the base times the height, and remember the height is given by 1 squared over 2. That gives us the area of that rectangle. To that we add the area of the next rectangle, which is base, which is 1, times height, which is 2 squared over 2, and that gives us the area of this rectangle. Finally, we have to add the area of the last rectangle, whose base is 1, and that has height 3 squared over 2. And that gives us the area of this rectangle. Now we add all these together to approximate the area under the curve of x squared over 2, which is given by this integral. So let's figure that out. 1 times 1 squared over 2 is 1/2. 1 times 2 squared over 2 is 4/2. And 1 times 3 squared over 2 is 9/2. Adding all these together, 9 plus 4 is 13, plus 1 is 14 over 2, and that is 7. So that tells us that the sum of the areas of these 3 rectangles is 7. That gives us the approximate area under the curve, x squared over 2, which is 7, using left endpoints. In another video, I will do the same computation using right endpoints. Good luck.